I remember boys would approach me telling me that I'm pretty. I'm like,
no way.
You guys are kidding me. I didn't believe in myself. I could not take any compliment because to me, telling me that I'm looking beautiful was like reminding me of the scarring and the pimples on my face. So I actually tried everything in the book, anything that I remember. I would even pray. I would buy a product and pray for it before using it. Yes, that's how bad it was. I would pray for a product first. And I would say, Lord, you know that I've tried everything that I can put my hand on. Please let this product be a miracle to me. So, and as I tried using so many things, it kept getting worse because it kept getting inflamed. So I remember I would use the ashes, I would take the eggs, put them on my face. It was really bad.
Just anything that...
Just anything. I remember there's a time I used the ashes and it ended up ripping the whole face. Like there were wounds all over. Do you know what I did? And I had an exam and I had stayed in the house for nearly a month, not going to school. I would lock myself in the room. So what I did, I took a kiwi. Kiwi, yes.
The shoe polish.
The shoe polish, and then put it on the wounds, just to cover it up so that I can go to class.
Hi, welcome back. This is Space Setters here on Shared Moments with Justus. I'm so excited. Oh man, you don't know. Today's episode is one that I think if you are having something else to do, man, relax. You'll love it because it's an experience. I've invited a good friend of mine and she has gone through an experience that I think most girls go through. Whether they talk about it or not is one thing, but it's an experience that if not taken care of, can really damage your self-esteem, can really make you feel like you are not as valuable as you ought to be. And so it's a conversation that I think we need to have so that we can be able to support each other and where possible, because we have solutions, provide a solution so that people can feel that they are loved, and we boost their confidence and self-esteem so that we can be able to focus more on the things that matter. So without wasting a lot of time, kindly allow me to introduce Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Hello, Justus.
Hey, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
How are you feeling?
Much better.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Your story is very inspirational, given that it's one that has a good ending.
Yeah.
It has a solution at the end.
Yeah.
And so let me just perhaps bring our audience up to speed in terms of the conversation that we are having with you by allowing you to briefly give us a background or an introduction of yourself, because we are basically talking about acne, which is a condition that you have struggled with for over a decade.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and as a young girl, not being able to confidently and comfortably walk around because you're scared of, you know, your face and how you look. How was this for you? And when did you even discover that you were suffering from this condition?
Oh, wow. So for me, I've really struggled with acne. It started in 2012 in December. That is after my Form 4. Because I cleared my Form 4 in 2012, November. And then towards the end of the year, that's when I got some breakout. Because I traveled to the village, home, South Sudan.
Yeah.
That was actually my first time.
Okay.
Then I came back. On coming back, I started experiencing something, but I did not take them serious because I did not know what acne was. But with time, it escalated. Being that I was at my prime time, it really bothered me.
So what exactly was happening to your skin for someone who is perhaps listening to you and maybe they're having similar conditions and they didn't even know that it was what you're describing? What exactly was happening to your skin?
It was itchy. I would develop some bumpy things on my face with pus. My family became concerned because now I went into depression. Many people think I'm an introvert. I am not, but I became an introvert because of the condition. I could not go out because you feel like everyone is staring at your face. If you look at your peers' faces, they look smooth, and then you're wondering, why me? So at some point, I became so withdrawn. So before even opening up to the family about my depression and everything, I tried what I could. It was bad. I remember using the ashes. I actually took them, put them in a cup, and then put them on my face because it was really bad.
So you were trying to come up with
Yes, because I
homemade
I
solutions.
would Google, and then, you know, on the Google you're told try this and that. So, and as I tried using so many things, it kept getting worse because it kept getting inflamed. So I remember I would use the ashes, I would take the eggs, put them on my face. It was really bad.
Just anything that...
Just anything. I remember there's a time I used the ashes and now it ended up ripping the whole face. Like there were wounds all over. Do you know what I did? And I had an exam and I had stayed in the house for nearly a month, not going to school. I would lock myself in the room. So what I did, I took a kiwi. And kiwi, yes.
The shoe polish.
The shoe polish, and then put it on the wounds, just to cover it up so that I can go to class. And then I'll put foundation. That's how bad it was.
So you've just cleared Form 4, and you see this is a period when, as a young person,
Yes.
now you've almost gained freedom.
Yes.
You want to explore life,
the world.
You know, the world. You want to be noticed. You want to be seen. So how did this condition affect your confidence, your self-esteem, your relationship life, and that kind of thing?
It's really affected my confidence. Because I remember I won't go out with the friends. I'll just go to school and come back home. I'll try to avoid people any way possible. So I felt like if I go out with friends and my face is looking like this, I'll draw more attention to myself. So what I'll do, I'll be sleeping in the room like the whole day, and then later on, go to class, because I used to have evening classes, and then come back. So I'll try to avoid.
You withdrew.
I withdrew from people. So my family then noticed how bad it was, how bad it had affected my self-esteem.
And social life.
And social life. I did not have a social life. I remember boys would approach me telling me that I'm pretty. I'm like,
no way.
You guys are kidding me. I didn't believe in myself. I could not take any compliment because to me, telling me that I'm looking beautiful was like reminding me of the scarring and the pimples on my face. So it actually affected a lot of things. So I actually tried everything in the book, anything that I remember I would even pray. I would buy a product and pray for it before using it. Yes, that's how bad it was. I would pray for a product first. And I would say, Lord, you know that I've tried everything that I can put my hand on. Please let this product be a miracle to me. If I don't have a class, I would spend the whole day sleeping or working in the house. I would hardly go outside. That became a lifestyle. You would hardly see me going to people's houses, just saying hi to your friends. If I have a free time, I would rather be withdrawn in the room. So to me, it became my lifestyle. And for a long time, I thought I was a very withdrawn person because that's what people who know me think of me.
One thing I love about you is your resilience. That even during your lowest moments, when you thought no one understood what you were going through and you were walking the journey alone, the struggle and everything that you were subjected to, you still didn't give up. You were very persistent in finding a solution.
When you have acne, you're at a very vulnerable spot. So you're very gullible. Anything that you're given or any advice that you're given, of course you take because you're like, maybe this would be the last thing that will help me. Let me give it a go. So you'd walk along Nairobi Street and you'd meet people and they'll tell you, go try this product. And I tried them. The only product I did not try was what I could not afford. But whatever I could afford, I would try it. So I put my hand on every single product. And the more I kept trying, the more it worsened. Because sometimes acne is not what we see, there's more to that. And if you go around using products on your face, of course you keep inflaming it, and then it worsens. So it became worse. The scarring became out of hands. The acne, because it was so inflamed, so after healing it will leave a very big scar. I could not leave a house without any foundation, even just going to buy maybe a soap from the nearby shop. I have to put on foundation. So I did not know what normal life, like stepping out of the house with no makeups was for the longest time. I did not know. I would see people walking around with their face without anything, and I'm like, oh God, will I ever reach that point where I'll walk confidently without having to mind about someone seeing my face looking at my face because of my condition. So when you talk about trying, I tried everything, literally everything.
Did you perhaps consider seeking medical attention to find out if there was any underlying issues in terms of medically, perhaps that were contributing to your situation?
Yes, I did.
How did that go?
My family became concerned, especially all of them, but my elder sister, because she was the one living with me at the time. She saw how the situation kept getting worse, and how disturbed I was, because I would miss lectures on some days. I would stay in the house, and when I'm told, why are you not attending classes, I would say, I cannot, look at my face. So she became concerned, of course, and she took me to Karen Hospital. And it was so bad, the dermatologist looked at me and he was like, wow, I only have one medication that can help her, but it will interfere with her reproductive system. Trying to get a child would be a problem, but this one will help her. So I weighed the option. Of course, she was scared. She was like, no, you deal with it. You can't go that far.
So they're giving you a solution,
yes,
but creating a potential
exactly.
problem that
yeah.
now you have to weigh which one is a lesser.
Yes. So I was like, no, let me just keep trying. I can't go this route. Of course, he gave me some other medication, but the one he intended to was a bit extreme. So he had to withhold it, because I wasn't really comfortable not having a child in the future or going through any, problems with getting a child. Yes.
Yeah.
So then he gave me some medication, which I took. They only worked for some time, and then it came back worse.
Wow.
Yes, it came back worse. So then I stopped using anything medicated, and I went back to, of course, you go on Instagram, you ask people what are they trying, what are they using. Yes.
Because we are seeing you like this,
Yeah.
and clearly there has been a transformation,
Yeah.
there has been healing and all that kind of thing. So how did you finally find a solution for yourself?
Oh, wow. So one thing, for sure, I never gave up, because giving up is the last option, right? So I kept trying, kept exploring products. I didn't give up. I would try some, they would react, and I would still go and try, look for other ones.
Yeah.
Because you never know what will work for you eventually. So I kept trying products, till one day I came across Sorano through Instagram. I was scrolling through Instagram, and I was at a very desperate point. I just needed something that would help me. So I saw something organic on it. I didn't even read the entire details. I just saw organic. I was like, let me give it a go. Maybe this would be a changing point for me. Then I tried them. And usually I'll try a product, and my skin is so sensitive that if I use a product for 2 days, it will react. This one did not react. Every day I'm looking at my face and I'm expecting to see a reaction, and there was no any reaction. My face was actually accepting of the product, and this kept me, I was like, for once, something is not reacting with me. So I kept trying it. Then after 2 weeks, I could clearly see changes.
At least there's hope. You're seeing, things are working out for the first time.
For the first time, yeah.
You've tried a product and it's, reacting well. It seems to be working.
Yes, and for the first time, I would walk on the street and no one would ask me.
So what exactly did that product do to you that was different, that made you feel like perhaps this could be the right product for me?
Okay, so what happened, initially my face was very bumpy and it was itchy. So every time I use a product, it would be more bumpy and it would react and very itchy. So for the first time, it wasn't itchy, and the bumpiness was healing,
Okay.
So then I could not feel the discomfort anymore. For the first time, I could feel my face was at ease. There was no that itchiness reaction. My face was very calm, which was very unusual for me, because usually a product would react for me. And for 2 weeks, I wasn't fully healed, but the face was calm. The itchiness had gone away, which was the most important thing, because there's always a step to healing.
Okay.
So then that's what kept me going, you know. I say, okay, at least this one, I'm not reacting with it. At least the itchiness has gone away. Let me keep trying. Maybe the bumpiness eventually would go away, because it has to be a step, you know. So then I kept using the product. After a month, I'm not even the one that noticed the changes, the people around me. They started asking me, hey, what are you using? Your face looks, you know. You get the compliments, because people knew how my face was before. And they would ask me, what is happening? Your face is calmer. Whatever you're using, keep using it. So then that kept me going. Because sometimes you cannot notice a change by yourself. Someone else is the one that would easily. So then I started getting those compliments, and I became confident. And I was like, okay, maybe this thing is really working for me. Let me keep trying.
Wow.
Then I kept trying the product.
You kept getting even better results.
Every day I wake up and there's you can see at least there's like a change. Not much, but you can.
Yeah. I think at this stage it's important to bring to the set the brand owner of this particular product that worked magic for you.
Exactly.
So that we know exactly what is in this product that was the solution to your problem that you had sought solution for over 10 years. So kindly help me welcome on set Rosette from Sorano Organics. Karibu sana.
Asante sana, Justus.
Hello.
So good to see you.
Very
Good to see you.
Thank you for having me back here.
Wow, we have had some very interesting revelations here, and a conversation really that speaks to a lot of the things that you do at Sorano Organics.
Yeah.
So, my friend Ashley,
Yeah, very good friend.
only that she can't, stand and scream and shout.
I know. I'm speechless. She has been a life changer for me, and she knows it, and I've told her severally what she has done for me.
Wow.
And I keep telling her, and I keep congratulating her, because she has not only changed my life, she's going to change many more lives, and that's what we're looking at. And thank you so much, Rosette. Yeah.
This just rubber stamps what we do, and it's very, very humbling for me to share this to impact others, because also sharing is not easy, because I know it's going to change so many other lives, so many other people who are going to relate with your condition, and hopefully we can be able to better their lives. So thank you.
You are here because you are the center of a solution that came through for our friend Ashley. And she found your products, and your products worked for her. So what was in your product that made it work for her, and not all those other things that he had tried all the time, all the other time?
So acne is very unique. It's not the easiest to treat, and it becomes a lifestyle, because the triggers that lead to acne are constantly with us. It's not something we can wish away. So I think I wouldn't say the brands are bad, or I think finding what works in alignment to your triggers is really the core of it. Because when I listened to her, when she reached out, incidentally, the one who picked the call, so we had this conversation. I just started out with one product. I remember I only gave you the miracle oil and the toner at first.
Yes.
I'd not even done the entire range. So how I know that the miracle oil worked for her, because that's the product we really essentially gave her when she reached out. And a couple of weeks later, she called me, we had never met, and she said, I would like to meet you. And I wondered, I wondered. So we had a conversation on the phone, we agreed to meet. She told me, you might not know my skin before, but I want you to understand that you've really transformed my life. I've struggled with acne for so long, but this oil, I just wanted to meet you to understand, what is it about this oil? And you see, at that time, it's not like I had so many other clients. We were just starting out. She was actually probably my second or third client at the time. So then that gave me a lot of confidence. It gave me a lot of confidence, because that is exactly what I was trying to solve. As somebody who also struggled with the same growing up, I could relate. So the confidence it gave me in that what we had researched, remember I have a biochemist I work with who had already guided me on the kind of oils that would treat acne. And we had to dig deeper. He had to make me understand the triggers for acne, as she says, itchiness, inflammation, having acne bacteria, active acne bacteria, which is what causes the pain, the itchiness, and all that. So we had already taken care of that in terms of the oils we have in the miracle oil. We have taken care of antibacterial oils like the tea trees, which are very, very good at killing acne-causing bacteria without killing the good bacteria in the body. And I think this is the difference between organic and maybe processed products, I would say, because sometimes, and probably, I don't know, I'm not a medic, probably the side effects we get from the processed products is as a result, because then you get a product that is going to kill the bacteria, yes, but it also interferes with the good bacteria. Yeah. So then we have antibacterial oils in that miracle oil. We have anti-inflammatory oils, which then calms. She says the itchiness stopped almost immediately because of the oils which calm down the skin, the anti-flare, anti-inflammatory. We have oils which also try now to attack the bacteria, to slow down the oil production. Jojoba is our key oil in this oil, because jojoba is the only oil that mimics our sebum composition. So what then that does, because with acne, you find most people who suffer acne, their system overproduces sebum. So then you want an oil that is gonna mimic sebum. So that is almost like a trigger to the body to stop overproducing sebum. So then that calms down. It almost reverses. So then it's a continuous process, because people with acne, unfortunately, these triggers are continuous. It could be stress related, it could be diet, it could be hormonal, it could be so many other things. It could be environmental. So because their skin genetically is already sensitive to those triggers, it becomes sort of like a lifestyle of managing, ensuring then, and this is why it is then important to have a regime that is safe to your skin. Wow. It is safe in terms of it's going to help you deal with the issues, but also it is safe in terms of there's no long-term dangers or effects.
There's some science into
there's
it.
A lot of
there's a
research,
lot of science and research that has gone into it. I just want to know from your end, Ashley, finding a solution for a problem that you have had for all that time, what did that change in your life?
Like I said before, it was like a turning point in my life, because you see, I was not only affected in the outward look, my mental health, you know, emotionally. It was a whole thing. So finally, finding something that works for me gave me back my confidence. Yes, I did not have the confidence, like I said before. So it was like stepping into a new world. It was like there's a new sun that has come into your life. Finally, you can go outside and look like any other body. Finally, you can blend in with the people. Finally, people don't have to ask you, what are you using? It's not working for you. Try this, you know, because those were the daily comments I would get from people on the street. People asking you, have you tried this? Have you tried this? They just like, it's like taking you back to a wall, you know, a wall struggle that, oh, so I'm not okay. So finding this product meant everything to me. Because it's like I was finally giving back my life. Like I told you, this came in at my prime time. I did not enjoy my prime time like I should have. I did not enjoy it like I should have, because if I had a clear face, I would be outside there, you know, like any other young girl that is just at a prime time. So it was like giving me another light that was not there. Wow. It was like giving me a meaning to my life, I would say. So it was a whole, thing.
Just hearing those words from a client, and Ashley here is not just now a client, because just hearing that kind of feedback, Rosette, what does that do to you?
To be honest, Justus, and I'm not saying this for the camera, it's extremely humbling. And you know, to think that when we started this journey, for me, that was the whole intention. You know, I keep saying confidence, because it's something I've observed, not just in the corporate world, it's something I've gone through, it's something I've seen women around me go through. So to just know that in a very simplistic and organic way, we could be able to solve that. I mean, she's told me this before, but every time I hear it from her or any other client, it just reaffirms the why I'm doing what I'm doing. I mean, we've built a friendship, maybe what you might not know, we've built a friendship with Ashley to a point she told me, look, I never thought of going into business, but I want to be a brand ambassador in South Sudan.
Wow.
So for the last 4 months, yeah, she's been reselling our products, because that's another thing we do. We partner with the retailers or anyone who wants to get into business with us. And so now she's our brand ambassador to South Africa, to South Sudan,
Sudan.
to South Sudan.
Next is South Africa.
Amen. We claim, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's a reseller now of our products.
And this is what Acne was taking away from the world.
From the world. Yeah. I mean, we are slowly building a community of women who are coming out into being themselves, realizing themselves, finding themselves, being able to present themselves to the world without insecurities, feeling like they're being left out. They're left out of experiencing their full potential.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this product still available? Can
It is
people get it? Or am I Meisha?
Actually, hajamaliza iko. It is
Wapate
available.
wapi?
Equal. So we're on social media
Alright.
as Sorano Organics, both on Facebook and on Instagram. And then you can also call us directly on 0721 853 039. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to both of you. I'm really inspired. And like I started by telling you should be ready for fireworks. And we've had nothing less than that.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful
Yeah.
to both of you coming on to share this milestone.
Yeah.
And just trying to provide hope and to make sure that people don't get stuck into things that solutions already exist.
Correct.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your time. This has been Pace Setters here on Shared Moments with Justus. This is the best episode, I think.
I think so.
And more to come.
I think so, yeah, and more to come.
Yeah, so if you love some of the things that we're talking about here, the content that we're sharing, if you find it inspirational, something that is helpful, kindly don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone else who might need it. Until next time, I've been your host, Justus. Thank you for watching.